Let's take a look at these new weight-based grinders from Eureka. Starting off with the Eureka Atom W65s, basically a refreshed model of the original Eureka Atom with the same 65mm burr set from some of the other Eureka grinders. It's got an updated touchscreen and of course the grind by weight functionality, and alongside that an updated portafilter fork. It has a much better support for all types of portafilters. These machines are very heavy. There's this plate at the bottom of these to keep them centered in like very low center of gravity, so that if you're working in a cafe setting or you're doing something quickly, it's not going to budge at all. Aesthetically, the Eureka Atom W75 is basically the same as the 65. It just has a different logo up here to show the different burr size. When it comes down to the grinding, this machine has what they call silent grind technology. It has a really solid chassis, a really solid case. So we're going to do a sound test a little bit later on, but it is a very quiet grinder to have. The 65 grinds about 2.5 to 3 grams per second, whereas the 75 grinds more like 3.5 to 4.5 grams per second. And that's kind of what you get with the bigger burr set. You're getting a faster shot time, and you're able to grind 18 to 20 grams in only a few seconds. So Eureka has really thought of everything when it comes to these grinders. The weight-based dosing is a really accurate sensor as far as we've found. You can go in 0.1 gram increments, so you're really getting exactly how much coffee that it says right on the screen. And for a cafe setting or somewhere that has a high volume of coffee that is being ground through these grinders, the Eureka has a lower burr adjustment, so that when you take off the top and want to clean the burrs out, you don't need to reset your grind position. It can basically just be at the same grind setting even after cleaning. Excellent for a cafe that's doing that every single day, and for home use, it's just really handy to be able to reset it right to the same grind position. So there are a few things to consider when you're taking a look at these Eureka Atoms. The cost on these is quite high. It's in the very premium range of home espresso grinders. It's more of a gap where it's filling the commercial space and the home space. So keep that in mind. If you're not doing a ton of volume, you might not be getting everything that you need from these grinders. And the other thing is that they are very heavy. These grinders, as I mentioned earlier, have a very heavy steel plate at the bottom, but that keeps things very stable when you're putting on the portafilter and locking the portafilter in to grind. But just keep that in mind for your counter space. It's a very dense weight on a counter, so you want to make sure it's nice and sturdy. So now we're going to be doing a side-by-side sound comparison of these two grinders, and we're also going to show you the grind quality with both of these as well. We're going to get started with the Atom W65. As you're going to see, I have it set to 14 grams, and when you put the portafilter in, you're going to need to, it's going to take a moment to tare out, so the weight of the portafilter goes to 0, and then it's going to start grinding. Now we don't have a decibel meter or anything like that here, but we're just listening to the tone and kind of the general sound level of a grinder. We test a lot of grinders out here, so we can definitely give a good comparison. All right, so we have the grounds for the W65, and now we're going to try the W75. Okay, and that's the W75's grind here. So they're both pretty similar in terms of volume itself. The 65 is a little bit quieter. The smaller burr set tends to help with that a little bit, but neither of them I would call loud, especially if you're using these in like a commercial setting or somewhere with some foot traffic around. These are some of the quietest grinders you can get out there, and at home, you're going to be equally impressed with how quiet these are. So this is the W65's grind. So it is a stepless grinder, so you're able to adjust it pretty much infinitely, but it does a really good job. It's nice and consistent. And then we have a darker blend here with the W75, and it's also very, very consistent. These flat burr sets that these Eurekas have are excellent. So when it comes to weight-based grinders and if they're worth it, I definitely think so. They make a very consistent product. You're getting the exact weight every single time, and you're not having to think about time or anything like that when you're dialing your grinder in. So I think it's an excellent choice for a premium home espresso experience or a cafe alike. Am I good to go?